Hey guys, welcome to the 17th episode of the I Am a Show Off pod. My name is Karina, and I hope by now you know that I am not the show off, at least not every day, but my company is. And I hope you know what the company is as well, and that's Show Off Furniture. Today's episode is part one with some special guests, and I hope you enjoy it. My name is Karina, Karina, and I am not the show off, but as you know, my company is Show Off Furniture. And today is a very special show. If you hear any cackles in the background, I have two good friends of mine, which I mentioned, I think, in the very first episode, two ladies that I worked with at the West Palm Beach office that shall remain nameless. Ladies,
Hello.
Hi.
we have Henry and we have Jessica with
It's
us today.
Eneri, in case you guys are wondering.
Henry, like a spelling bee. Eneri, Henry. And Jessica, Jessica. Jessica. I'm just going to let this record and let it be what it be, I guess. We're sitting around, what we're debating is either called a charcuterie board or a cheese board or
I think cheese board is easier to say.
I think it's charcuterie. I think you finally got it right.
is it? I was saying it like the entire time. Whatever. It's charcuterie or however you say it. So I thought it'd be interesting to have the ladies with me today so we could talk about a couple of things, being moms and working and just kind of the different ways that we each deal with it, because each of us deals with it a different way. Some of us run, some of us eat brownies, some of us drink White Claw.
Or some of us drink Russian vodka right out of the freezer.
Amen. Oh, that's me. Clean, clean. So to prepare for this episode, I was kind of Googling how moms search different things on Google. For example, I plugged in working moms and it told me that a lot of moms are looking to deal with working mom anxiety. Apparently that's a whole anxiety within the anxiety spectrum, which I thought was interesting because I get a lot of anxiety. There's also another one on the list was working moms with special needs kids. And another one was working moms and how to keep a house clean.
Oh, No. See, we have, and I know this is first world problems, or maybe not, but
Or
I
Henry
need-
problems.
It's Henry problems.
but I have someone come to the house to clean every week. And if she could come twice, 3 times every day, I totally have her. I cannot keep up with the house and the kids and work.
We did the house cleaning once a month for like good cleaning, and then
Okay.
COVID happened, and so I bought the Roomba vacuum and mop.
Oh yeah, but then what about like dusting and windows?
That's easy.
Says who?
Me.
Oh, I can't.
Okay, but then your person comes once a week?
Once a week, unless there's exposure to COVID, and then I just have her not come because it's more for her safety.
But then when she comes, let's say besides COVID, when she was coming once a week, is the house upside down in that week, or is it just you guys keep it?
The house is upside
She's
down.
rolling her eyes, but
The house is upside down. I mean, I try.
It's
But
hard. It's really
it's
hard to
hard.
like work all day and then clean and then cook and then take care of the kids or a kid.
You know, it is hard. I mean, and I commend women that are able to do all of it. I can't.
yeah, it's just really hard.
Can't. And before COVID, it was worse because you're in an office, because we all worked in an office.
Yeah.
And you come home, you're tired, you've got to cook, or attempt to in my case.
Yeah.
And you just got all this other stuff that you have to tend to. Homework, after school activities.
Yes.
It's a lot. So there was no cleaning happening in my house.
I don't even know how we do it. My mom was, I would always joke that she would barely do anything. Sorry, mom. But now that she's been gone in New York, I think 2.5 months now I realize like, okay, this is a big pain in the butt. Like having to clean this kitchen every single night. And my kids are older, but they're still like, it's not mommy clean. Like
It was kind of refreshing for me to realize I didn't have to do the dishes every night. Like I could wake up to dirty dishes in the sink the next morning and it'd be fine.
I'm not there yet.
Once you get there, it's very freeing.
Oh, it is. I don't do the dishes. I just let them sit there, and then
Overnight?
yeah, and then Brad gets annoyed with me, and he does them in the morning when he wakes up to take the dogs.
Oh my God, I would lose
Poor
my
Brad.
bread.
That's why he does the laundry too, because I'm like, I'll get to it.
The laundry doesn't bother me though. I will let that laundry pile up sometimes.
Well, it bothers him, so he started doing the laundry. So he does the laundry. He'll do the dish.
So what bothers you?
You should really have Brad here.
Brad's like,
I wasn't gonna say his name.
now y'all know my husband's name is Brad, and he'll probably be referred to in this episode as Poor Brad.
We're gonna start a hashtag for him. Hashtag poor Brad, guys. No, it's hard. It's hard. There's no way that I don't think any working mom, regardless of if it's one kid, 2 or 3 kids, big kids, little kids, you cannot keep the house clean all by yourself. It is absolutely impossible. Even if you're just getting ready for work. Like when I was working outside the home, you get ready, I'm schlepping clothes, I'm throwing everything, this doesn't fit, that doesn't fit. There's just no way. And if no one's gonna come over, what am I gonna pick up from? I come in and I'm tired, have a drink, make dinner, and relax. I was going through some forums and someone asked, can working moms really have it all?
No,
But I don't know what having it all means.
no.
What does that mean? I feel like all is different for everybody.
That's
Like
what
your
I was-
all is different than my all, and different from Henry's all.
I'm just answering it no, because
But what would be all to you?
being able to juggle everything. I can't juggle everything. Being able to like be 100% at work,
Yeah.
but then 100%
Impossible.
at home, like be like there for my kids. Like I miss one game or I'm late picking them up. It's like, Mom, you're late. I'm the last one here. So then you have the guilt of you're the first one to drop your kid off. You're the last one to pick them up. And then, or you're like rushing to get them early. And then they say, oh, Mom, you're too early. I wanted you to pick me up late. And then you're like, are you kidding me? I'm stressing out. I'm running around. I'm like, what do you want from me? And then it's just like,
running red lights, making turns on 2 wheels.
Oh, wow. You're just going to be snitching today.
well, first of all, I never ran a red light with y'all.
With y'all? So
No,
without
I
us, you do?
There was that one time I wasn't paying attention and I was on the phone with my mom. And I'm like, I was like completely, like when you say stressed, I was beyond stressed. I was on the phone with her and I was just not paying attention. And I was on Bluetooth, so not on like the physical phone. And that light was red and I just
Was it like an intersection?
It was
always?
at the intersection and I looked back and no one else was following me and I was like, I gotta get off the phone with you, Mom. I just ran a red light. Oh my God. And I just had to park the car and breathe because I realized there's too much going on. There's just too much. I had to slow down. And the pandemic was to slow me down, but I feel like I'm in just as big a rush as I was before. Like coming here, I was just at a softball game. We had to switch cars. Before that softball game, I was at an ortho appointment with her. So it's like, and then divide and conquer. My son has hockey, so my husband was taking my son to hockey. It's like we've got too much going on again. We just don't slow down.
Just scheduling to be here. It was like Henry's like, I have this, I have that. I was like, but there's COVID. I don't understand.
I know.
but it's
Should you even come
open.
here?
Meanwhile, I'm like, I haven't left my house in 6 months.
So I went to the grocery store for the first time since March, yesterday.
Wait, how have you been grocery
Wait.
shopping?
Instacart.
Oh.
Wait, you haven't
Excuse me.
actually physically been in the supermarket?
No, not since March 13th.
Oh, you've missed out on a bunch.
I knew about
Wow.
like the lanes and the
Yeah.
direction, so that's no longer at the pub.
But wait,
the
how
Publix
did
here.
you feel?
I
going
felt
to the
very
store?
stressed.
Yeah.
It was a very stressful situation. First of all, the fact that they weren't instructing people how to like go down the aisles anymore. It's just a free for all in there. And you know, this one man, I was looking at strawberries, and you gotta look at the strawberries. You can't just buy the first package. What if there's a little mold?
And when he was,
And he's getting huffy and puffy that I'm not moving fast enough, and I'm like, okay, well,
was he standing close to you?
no,
Okay.
not really. But he's just like, you know.
Puffing through his mask?
Yes, and I'm like, I'm looking at the strawberries. Relax, dude. It was very stressful, but at least now I'm mentally prepared for when I have to do Thanksgiving shopping.
Oh, I was gonna say, so now you're gonna keep going like weekly or
No,
whatever,
just for Thanksgiving shopping, and then I'm gonna go back
and back to Instacart.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
How do you not know what it's? How did you get your groceries at the beginning of the pandemic?
At first, Babe was the one going to the grocery store. I think he went for the first 2 months or so. We didn't leave the house, but then I started going because I think I was just looking for an excuse to leave the house. And then I'd be like, no, kids, you can't go with me. Only because I needed alone time. And then just sit in the parking lot and breathe.
And cry.
And cry. I'm slowly somehow becoming like a 1950s wife who's trying to start a company. It's what's happening. So we took a quick break. I don't know what we were doing. Probably stuffing our faces more. And I decided to talk about when I first met Jessica and Henry. And the first one I met was Henry. Oh, I never forget. My boss walked me over to her cube, which was by the window.
I was by the window?
You were by the window.
Were you on the other side, not by the window?
I thought I was
You
by
were
the
by
door.
the window, and Jess, you were over here, and I was your cube mate.
Were you?
Where are
You were by the window, and they were like, this, you were with somebody, I don't remember with who, Henry. And she was like, this is my new assistant, Karina. And I was like, hi. And you just gave me the dirtiest grill up and down. I remember I had on all black and these little cheap cheetah print ballerina shoes.
Oh, you got judged.
And I think she was staring at my shoes, if I'm not mistaken. Don't. Nah.
You remember what you were wearing?
I remember I was doing it.
I don't
I
even
think you
remember.
traumatized me. And I don't think I ever wore them again. And then, and then with Jess, I remember she had the South Park figurines on like the half wall. And Kenny fell on my side of the desk and you screamed, you killed Kenny! And I was like, she's nice but weird. Okay, I can make this work. But that other one, nah, I'm good. I didn't even realize that she was Hispanic. I didn't even know until one time I heard her in the cafeteria and I was like, she's Hispanic? Why is she so angry with me? Like, what's happening? But then she warmed up like 3 years later. No, like a year later maybe. I think when you got pregnant, because we were pregnant at the same time and you were leaving. No, I think you were leaving on maternity leave and I was starting my pregnancy.
Yeah, but I was friendly before that. I'm a tough nut to crack.
You're gonna say I'm a nut. That's true.
I don't mean to come off standoffish at all. I wear my expressions on my face. So you definitely know what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling just by looking at my face. And sometimes I don't mean to give a dirty look. It's just the way my face is. It's like I have an RBF. Like it's just the way my face is. So can't take offense to it.
You said you wear your expressions on your face. Where else would I put my expression?
I mean, my feelings. Like you'll know exactly. Like some people can hide it. Like
That's
they
true.
can
You
be
have no poker
mad.
face.
I have no poker face. Like I
Note to
remember
self,
one
don't
of
go
my.
gambling with her.
No, you can't go gambling with me.
Oh my God, we won!
I don't gamble because I don't like the casinos to take my money. I'd rather go shopping and at least see where my money's going. So I would take a good Balenciaga bag over dropping that money at the casino and having the casino keep it. That's just the way I operate.
Do you guys play Lotto?
No.
I don't play Lotto either.
You don't play it all?
No, Lotto went up to $2.
I think it's more than that. Babe comes home with like stacks of lottery tickets and I'm like, can you please go and find out? And I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, he left and I'm like, did we get anything? He's like, well, I'm back right now. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So if you win, now we know what's going to happen. I'm like, dude, I have your social security number. I'm like, and when he leaves, he's like, don't worry, I'll pay the house off if I win. And he closes the door. I don't know if he's kidding half the time. Probably not.
I'm sure they all have fantasies of losing.
Anyway, contrary to what Karina is saying, and you can probably hear my crunching.
And you're smacking.
Smacking. It didn't take it. I wasn't that bad. Like when I got pregnant the second time, we were already friends.
No, we weren't.
Well, you weren't sliding in
It
my
didn't
back
take
seat
us-
when you were pregnant.
No.
No, that was like her first week. when
I
she
think
went
Jessica
blind.
was our buffer.
Yeah, because I'm nice.
She was like, you killed Kenny.
I'm weird, but I'm
I was really that bad.
think so.
I don't
But
think
it
so.
didn't take us very long to be friends because when you had your first,
When-
you called me.
When did you guys
Yeah.
start working at that
Like
company?
we talked when you had your first.
Yeah.
Who started at that company first?
Nice.
She
You-
did,
Henry
and
did.
then I went, and then you came.
No, yeah. But you guys started what year?
I started the year I got married,
Wait, I don't know what year that.
in 2006.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I didn't get there till 2011.
And I started in 2009.
Oh, why did I think you guys had just been like there a year or two before me?
No.
Oh wow. Oh okay. Oh, that's why everybody had their little. Yeah, that makes sense now.
I think it was a place of growth.
Yeah,
You know,
a stepping
for all
stone.
of us.
Definitely.
I think it served its purpose at its time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think there's always like that part of you that still cares about it, even if it's just not that much.
Yeah, because you still met some nice people there.
Yeah,
I did. I met you girls there.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's some that are still there. That are still I sometimes speak to once in a while.
I don't talk to anybody. Just
I
like
just
high
talk to you
school.
guys.
I don't talk to anybody. I only talk to you guys.
For real?
Yeah, high
too.
school. I
I'm the nice
left.
one?
Wait, why? Are you the nice one?
Because she still talks to people.
What do you mean why? I thought it was obvious. Because I talk to people.
But I don't think we don't talk to them because we're mean people.
No,
I
you're
think it's
not.
just you lose touch with people.
It's through social media that I keep in touch though.
I got
It's
out
not-
of Dodge.
it's-
I didn't want to be there any longer.
Well, I
That's
don't
why
think-
I left. I went to school out of state. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted like just, what are other states like? Just
Yeah.
meet other people. That's why I literally left the state to go to college.
But I
Good
think
though.
that's
Do it.
why we all left the way we did, because it was a little dramatic the way the three of us
Oh my god.
left.
I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Oh, I started it. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I couldn't take. It's not that I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted something different, and you got to be careful what you wish for.
Ooh, honey, yes.
You have to,
Girl.
because I think I should have talked to Jess first because of her background in
Oh yeah.
in merchandising and like what she went to school for.
You're right.
Because that would have helped prepare me a little bit more. Like when Jess got in, so when I left the job that we all met at, and then I think Karina followed next, and then Jess followed,
No,
or
we
both at the
quit
same
at the
We
same
time.
quit within 24 hours of each other. And
Oh,
I
damn.
And I would have quit first.
But I beat you.
Had I not told you, hey, I'm gonna quit, and then you beat me too, because
I
I
was
was on
terrified.
vacation.
Oh, is that what it was? I was terrified. I was terrified of telling that boss that.
Because I went into our boss's office and I had my letter in my hand, and she looked at me and she said, "You have got to be fucking kidding me."
Like that?
Like that. And I just looked at her and I said, "I'm not." And I handed her the letter and I said,
I was
"I'm not
terrified.
sure what you want me to do, but you know what this is."
Oh damn.
And then she was very calm. She said, I can't fault you for making this decision."
Yeah, she wasn't happy there either.
No.
And you just got to do what's right. It's like those situations aren't easy, but again, you just got to be careful what you wish for. I got to say, where we ended up, where the company then that I went to, I will say, while it was one of the most difficult places I've ever worked at, it
Me
was
too, me too.
also where I learned the most.
Me too.
The most. Like, I take the time that I had at that job, and I really think what made it the most difficult for me was the commute. I think if I was local, like more local, it wouldn't have been so bad.
You
But
think that
The
was
commute.
it? You think
it was
the
like 15
commute?
minutes.
the commute from where
West
I
Palm Beach?
lived, not from
Oh,
West Palm,
for the other
from
place.
my
Yeah,
house
yeah.
to, because to the one in West Palm Beach, you just go up the highway.
Yeah.
It's different. Like that commute, this was all like back
Lo-
roads,
yeah. Mhm.
local roads. And I literally, that's the job where I would drop my kids off first. My husband had to go had to drive further south. Like he was at least a 2-hour
Oh,
commute.
Yes, yes.
And I had to drive the local road. So, of course, moms usually do everything.
Yes.
No offense, I'll probably get heat for that. But
Hate mail towards her now.
I can take it. But I literally would drop my kids off first. Like literally 7 o'clock, they were dropped off.
Those were the days when you were like almost dropping them off before the early times.
Yeah. And then I would be one of the last ones to pick them up. It destroyed me.
Yeah.
I can't afford a nanny because at that point it's like, well, why am I working?
Yeah.
So that's literally, that broke me more. I think I would have been able to tolerate the job and deal with the stress a little bit more if I didn't have the stress of trying to be there for my kids, trying to get to their after school activities. Like it came to the point where I was like, I don't think I could be a mom and work at the same time. I don't think I can do it. Having been laid off from that job was also a blessing in disguise because I had time to think about, okay, what do I want to do? The next job I take, what is that going to look like? What am I willing to accept and what am I not willing to accept? And so now I'm at a job where I'm 15 minutes down the road and it's more tolerable. There's more flexibility with my time. And while there is stress, because I think there's stress with any job you take, whether you own a business, whether you have a boss, whatever it is, you have stress.
Yes.
But it's a little more tolerable knowing, okay, I'm only 15 minutes from home. I'm not a full hour because of having to go down service roads, or not service roads, but like back roads where everyone's driving slow. Again, I know I'm going to get hate mail, but I can take it. I'm just saying.
I was so glad to get laid off from that place, but I cried for I think it was 2 days. I got out of the car and Babe was waiting for me, and I was fine until I saw his face. I cried like a baby. I don't know. But then it was a blessing. And then I ended up somewhere else where I cried like a baby.
And again, now, how did she go to that job? So in the midst of, I had just started that new job. I get a call. It's always like when you're not looking, they find you. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started getting calls from recruiters. I'm like, where were you guys 2 months ago when I was looking? So this recruiter calls me and says, I have a position. I think you'd be right for the job. And I said, listen, I already have a job, but I know someone that might be interested. Give me the information and I will forward it to her. And so that's what I ended up doing. I gave the information to Karina and then she took it from there. But
I should have known from the beginning it was going to be, what it was. It wasn't a recruiter.
I didn't know that at the time.
She wasn't a recruiter. She was there. She worked for a company that was this company that was seeking to fill the spot.
The placement company?
She was their financial advisor. I'll tell you the company later. She was a financial advisor, and she used to be a recruiter in a previous life. But since she wasn't a recruiter, she could legally, she could ask me anything. Because when you're a recruiter, there's certain things you can't ask. Yeah. You can't ask if you have kids. You can't ask if you're... But first of all, she was like, okay, I'm flying in from Tampa, because that's where her office is. Flying in from Tampa. Will you meet me at this particular hotel? And Babe was like, it sounds like you're going to get trafficked. That's what's happening.
Just saw that on Grey's Anatomy.
Traffic show is still on.
Okay, I digress.
Didn't McSteamy come back or something? Or McDreamy? Or McSteamy?
And this is what happens every time we get together. Sidetrack.
I stopped watching when Denny became a ghost.
I don't know. I just saw that Patrick Dempsey came back.
He did. All right, let's not discuss.
Anyway. So this lady calls me and she's like, I need to know if you're really Hispanic.
Click.
And I go, what does that mean? You want to know if I'm brown? And she goes, yes, your last name is this particular last name. It's a Hispanic last name, but we want to know if that is your name, that's your birth name, or is it by marriage? And I said, it's by marriage, but I am Hispanic. I'm Colombian. And she said, okay, perfect, because this particular company is looking for a Hispanic person to fill the role.
Which is ironic because they called me. Not only is my first name not in any way
Hispanic
associated with anything. My maiden last name is not even, it's French. And then my married last name is like, I don't know, Dutch or something.
And they didn't ask you. If
Didn't
you were.
ask me. So they reached out to me, and I'm like, okay. But obviously, I throw everyone off because, like, if I pull my hair back or I, like, do something different, I guess I don't fit the typical stereotype. And then when you hear me talk, there's no accent until you hear me speak Spanish.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know what I look like in pictures that she wasn't sure. And I don't know why the sound of my voice she wasn't sure again, but whatever. So I go and she's like, okay. Like she looks at me and goes, I think you're perfect for the position. We haven't spoken yet.
But she knows you're Hispanic.
I was like, and my mace is in my bag.
That's it for today, guys. Stay tuned next week when we will continue the conversation. Thanks for listening. I know time is a precious commodity, and I appreciate you spending some on me. If you like what you heard so far, please tell your friends, family, and share. Don't forget to check out the website and shop at showoffurniture.com. Show off and then furniture. 3 F's, guys. It's the place where your personality meets your home. Don't forget to check out our social media pages. We are all over the place. The handle is Show Off Furniture, just like the website, everywhere except for Twitter, where it's Show Off Fern. Show Off and then Fern, Furn. Still 3 F's, guys. That's it. I forgot what I say. Something like, may we all have peace of mind and be at peace in our hearts. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend.